Friends, today we will talk about a book which created a stir in the whole world as soon as it was published. Yes, in this book about Rich Dad Poor Dad, 6 such lessons have been told which everyone can adopt and become rich. If you have the desire to become rich. If you want, then don't miss a single point. Robert Kiyosaki tells that he had 2 dads, the one who gave birth to him, he is called Poor Dad, and the one who taught him the tricks of wealth, he is called Rich Dad. His poor dad was very educated and he was intelligent. He was a PhD and had completed his 4 years of undergrad work in less than 2 years, and his other dad had not passed beyond 8th. Both had worked hard all their lives, but one of them was very educated. Despite being so educated, one continued to worry about money all his life. Despite being so educated, he died leaving behind debts, while the other, despite studying only till 8th grade, became one of the richest men in the state of Hawaii in America, and upon his death, he gave away millions of dollars of wealth to the family, to the church, and to the needy. Why would this have happened? Because both dads had different ideas about money. Let's see how it happened. Dad used to say in writing that love for money is the root of all evil, while other dads used to say lack of money is the root of all evil. One dad had a habit of saying "I can't buy it." Other dads were irritated by the use of these words and insisted that I should say this instead. How can I buy it? The first sentence is negative and the second is interrogative. One ends the matter and the other one forces you to think. When we say "I can't buy it," our brain stops working. Instead, when we ask this question, "How can I buy this?" our brain starts working. There was a world of difference in the thought process of both my daddies. One dad used to teach me to study hard so that I can get a job in a good company. The other daddy's lesson was to study hard so that you get a chance to buy a good company. One daddy used to say that I am not rich because I have to raise children. The other daddy used to say that I have to become rich because I have to raise children. One dad always encouraged talking about money and business at the dinner table. The other dad discouraged talking about money during meals. One said play it safe when it comes to money. Don't take risks. Another said, learn to face the dangers. One believed that our house is our biggest investment and our biggest asset. The other said that my house is my liability, and if your house is your biggest investment in your eyes. So you are wrong. Both of them paid their bills on time, but one of them was the first to pay his bills while the other one was the last. One dad told me how to write a good resume to find a good job, while the other one taught me how to write strong business and financial plans that will land me, because his thoughts and actions were like those of the poor. When Robert's education started with Rich Dad, he was only 9 years old. Rich Dad taught him a total of 6 important lessons over the course of 30 years, and this book is about those 6 important lessons. And now I will tell you the same 6 important lessons, due to which Robert's dad became rich and Robert too. Listen to these 6 points carefully, and do not miss a single point. Lesson number 1. Rich people do not work for money, but money works for them. Poor and middle class people work for money. Money works for the rich. Yes, you heard it right. No rich person works for money, rather they do something that makes money work for them. A poor and middle class man gets stuck in a rat race and can never come out of it. Now, what is rat race? First, we have to understand this. Robert says that whenever a poor man or a middle class man gets a job, then he immediately becomes desperate to buy some new thing for himself from next month itself. He buys expensive luxuries for himself, expensive clothes, expensive shoes, expensive phone, expensive laptop, and a nice car, and then it starts. A person falls into the trap of such Emmys, which have to be paid for years, from which he can never get out. He has to pay his Emmys every month. If he does not go to work even for a month, then fear sets in his mind that how will he be able to pay his bills and pay off his debt? He will find that the bank will tow away his car. If this happens, what respect will he have in the society? He wakes up in the morning, goes to work, returns in the evening, wakes up in the morning, goes to work and returns in the evening, and at the end of the month, but he takes his salary and pays the EE. This system continues every day, every month, and he gets so trapped in this long trap that he is never able to come out of this trap. This is what Robert has called rat race. If you want to get out of the rat race, then you will have to stop working for money, and you will have to make money work for you. Only then you can get out of the rat race. A rich person does not work for money, rather he does something that makes money work for him. It seems to be working for them, but how will they do now we will see in the coming few points. Stay tuned to the video and keep watching till the end, because the coming points are going to be very interesting. Lesson number 2: Why money understanding should be taught. Most of the people live this whole life. Do not understand that the real thing is not how much money you are able to earn, but how much money you are able to save. You must have heard the stories of those poor people who win lottery and suddenly become rich, but after some time these people become poor, win millions and crores, yet they come back to where they started. You may have also read the stories of professional athletes who earn millions of dollars every year at the age of 24, and at the age of 34, they have to sleep under the bridge in India. What is the reason for this? The only reason is that they did not understand money. In the long run, it is not important how much money you earned, but how much money you saved and how much you spent. Save that money for generations. My rich dad told me in my childhood that if you want to be rich, then you must have money sense. To develop money sense, you must know the difference between assets and liabilities, and always buy assets. If you want to become rich, then this is all you need to know.
This is the first and last rule. This is the only rule. It seems very easy, but most of the people do not know how important this rule is. Most of the people are concerned about money. They remain entangled in problems only because they do not know the difference between assets and liabilities. Rich people accumulate assets, poor and middle class people accumulate liabilities, and the interesting thing is that they think that they are accumulating wealth. If it is so easy, then why doesn't every person become rich? Because people are not able to differentiate between assets and liabilities. Then what is the difference between assets and liabilities? Wealth is the thing which is the money in your pocket. Liabilities are the things that take money out of your pocket. Listen again with open ears, because this line is very important. Assets are the things that put money in your pocket. Liabilities are the things that take money out of your pocket. Really. That's all you need to know. If you want to be rich, then you keep buying assets all your life. If you want to be a poor or middle class man, then you keep buying liabilities. Not knowing the difference between the two keeps most of the people in financial crunch all their life. Let us understand this with an example. Suresh and Ramesh both get jobs together. After some time, both of them invest 101 rupees lakh. Suresh buys a car worth 10 rupees lakh for himself because he wants to live such a comfortable life. Suresh likes it, and Ramesh buys a land worth 10 lakhs. In the beginning, Suresh is very happy that he is traveling in the car and Ramesh is still traveling in the bus, but after 5 years the price of Ramesh's plot of 10 lakhs increases. Double means 20 lakhs, and the price of Suresh's car reduces to less than half. Suresh sells his plot for 20 lakhs and finds a new property where the owner wants to sell the property urgently. Ramesh is ready to sell even cheaply. He gets the property worth 25 rupees lakhs only for 20 rupees lakhs. Ramesh buys the property and then keeps it with him for 5 years. After a few years, he sells the same property for 50 rupees lakhs. Now he again searches for an owner who wants to sell his property urgently. He again succeeds in finding such an owner and buys the property worth 60 rupees lakh for 50 rupees lakh, and again waits for 5 years. Now 15 years have passed. Suresh sells his plot of 50 rupees lakh for 1 crore and becomes a millionaire, and after taking out some money from the crore, he buys luxuries for himself like a car, a house, and other nice things. After taking the clothes and all this, the remaining 50 lakhs are saved. He buys the property from them again, and now his property keeps making money for him. But the car that Suresh had bought 15 years ago is not ready to be bought even at a penny price. This is the difference in the mindset of a rich and a poor person. The poor person first buys liabilities for himself which keep taking money out of his pocket, and the people with rich mindset buy property. This is the money story of 80% families. The reason they work hard to become rich is not because they don't make money. The real reason is that they keep buying liabilities instead of assets throughout their life. My rich dad's financial statement also shows this. Why do rich people become richer? The income from the property column is so high that expenses are easily covered, and some money is also left over. This remaining money is once again invested in the property column. The asset column keeps on increasing and the income from it also keeps on increasing. Now let us understand why middle-class people face shortage of money. As I said in the beginning of this section, the most important rule is that there is a difference between assets and liabilities. Once you understand the difference, then keep trying to buy income-generating property. This is the best way to get rich. Keep doing this and your property column will keep increasing. Keep track of your responsibilities and keep trying to reduce expenses. This will keep money coming into your wealth column. Soon your wealth column will become so strong that you will be able to make more risky investments, such investments which can yield profits ranging from 100% to infinity. Such investments in which the amount of $5,000 soon becomes 10 rupees lakh or more, and such investments are considered very risky by the middle class people and they never take the risk. The investment is not risky, it is the money ignorance of that person. Financial illiteracy is what makes it very risky. Remember this simple lesson. The rich buy assets. The poor only spend. The middle class buys liabilities but thinks it is buying assets. Lesson 3: Mind your own business. What does this mean? That is, go to your work quietly and without looking at anyone, come back after doing your work. No, this does not mean at all. Mind your own business. It means that you keep doing your job, but keep increasing your wealth column. And keep reducing the liability column. By doing this you can become rich even while working. Start minding your own business. Keep doing your day job, but also start buying real assets. But do not forget about such liabilities or personal things. Avoid cars whose value depreciates once you bring them home. The moment you take a new car out of the showroom, its value depreciates by 25%. It is not a true asset, even though your bankers consider it an asset. So the question arises: what kind of assets should we collect? What kind of assets am I inspiring you or your children to collect? In my world, there are many types of real assets. Number 1 are those businesses that don't require my existence. I am theirs. I am definitely the owner, but they are run by other people. If I have to work there, then it will not be a business, it will be my job. Number 2 is stock market or share market, where you have to invest money and keep doing your work. Number 3 is government bonds. Number 4, mutual funds. Number 5, income generating real estate. Number 6, anything which is valuable, which gives income, and whose value increases, and whose market is ready. These are all such properties where after investing the money you will not have to work yourself. Just you will invest the money and keep doing your work comfortably. Your property column will take care of itself. When I say mind your own business, I mean that you keep making your property column stronger. Once you add $1 to it, think of it this way: when $1 goes into your asset column, it becomes your employee who will keep working for you. Keep doing your day job, work like a good hard-working employee, but keep increasing your wealth column. And yes, and one more important thing: when your cash flow increases, then you can buy some luxuries. An important fact about this is that rich people buy luxuries last, whereas poor and middle-class people buy luxuries first. This sentence is so important that if you understand it carefully, then you will be able to help the rich become rich. You will understand the melody of "If you want, you can go back and listen to it again." Lesson number 4, History of Tax and the Power of Corporations. In this point, Robert explains that it is so easy for the government to take tax money on the money earned so hard. Do not vote. We should try all those methods by staying within the ambit of the law so that we can save crores of rupees of tax. The truth is that the rich are not taxed. The money that is spent for the welfare of the poor comes mainly from the middle class. Once we, the educated and high-income middle class, have learned how to make money work for us, then we must become money smart and find ways to deal with those who threaten us. For this you have laws. You have to have an understanding of how the system works. If you are ignorant, you can be easily scammed. If you know what you are talking about, then you have a chance of survival. That's why Rich Dad is smart. They used to pay so much salary to tax accountants and lawyers. Paying salary to lawyers was cheaper than paying taxes to the government. If you are still in this video, then it means that you will remain rich. Now 2 more important lessons are going to be discussed. Keep looking ahead. Lesson number 5, rich people invent money. How rich people make money, we are going to understand now. Understand carefully. We also have a stock portfolio which my wife and I call our personal mutual fund. We are more risk averse. We buy shares of private companies that are going to go public on the stock exchange in America or Canada. See an example of how fast money grows like this. We bought 1 lakh shares at the rate of 25 cents per share before the company went public. Months later, when the company was listed on the stock market, its stock price became $1 per share. If the management of the company is good, the price will continue to rise and the stock will be worth $1 per share or even more. There have been many years when our stock was worth $1,000 per share. Made $1 million in less than a year. It's not gambling if you know what you're doing. It's gambling if you're throwing your money into a deal and praying to God that you succeed. You will need your technical knowledge, intelligence, and love of the game to keep the risks to a minimum. Remember, great opportunities cannot be seen by your eyes, they can be seen by your mind. Lesson number 6, work to learn, not work for money. When I ask my class how many of you can make a better hamburger than McDonald's, almost all the students raise their hands. I then ask, if most of you can make a better hamburger, then why is it that McDonald's makes more money than you? The answer is clear. McDonald's is better than you in the business system. Most of the talented people are poor just because they focus all their attention on making better hamburgers and do not know anything about the business system. The world is better than the talented poor people. Often they are either poor or struggling with money problems or are earning less than their capabilities, and the reason for this is not their knowledge of the subject, but their ignorance. McDonald's doesn't make the best hamburgers, but they are the best at selling and delivering a fundamentally average hamburger. It is important to understand the point well. If you do not understand, then listen again. I would advise young people that, while searching for a job, they should pay less attention to how much they are earning, but more attention to how much they are learning. They are looking ahead and deciding what skills they want to master before choosing a particular profession and getting caught up in the rat race. Life is a lot like going to the gym, and that's where the most painful part lies. You have to decide to go. Once you make that decision, everything else becomes easy. There have been many days when I shudder at the thought of going to the gym, but once I get there and start working out, I start enjoying it. When I leave there, I'm always glad that I went there. So friends, these were the 6 lessons that Rich Dad taught Robert Kiyosaki, and thanks to which he became the richest person in the US state of Hawaii. Had become a man, but in the end I am going to tell you a bonus point without understanding, which you will read this book and The Secret of Wealth. If you don't understand well, then listen carefully. 3 types of income. There are 3 different types of income in the world of accounting. Number 1, earned income. Number 2, passive. Number 3, portfolio income. When my real daddy told me to go to school, good numbers, get it, and find a secure job, so they were suggesting me to work for earned income. When my rich daddy said rich people don't work for money, they make money work for them, so they earn passive income. And talking about portfolio income, in most cases passive income is derived from real estate investments. Portfolio income is derived from paper assets. Paper assets, i.e. stock, bonds, and mutual funds, are portfolio income, and the income from which Bill Gates is the richest in the world. They became rich not by earned income. Rich Dad used to say that the key to becoming rich is the ability to convert earned income into passive income and portfolio income as quickly as possible. Listen to this line again. He used to say earned income. But the highest tax is levied, the lowest tax is levied on passive income. This is another reason to make your money work hard for you. The government imposes higher tax on the income for which you work hard and less tax on that income. So friends, this was the complete book summary of Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I want that everyone should read this book not once in life, but again and again. If you want to buy this book, so the links of both Hindi and English books will be found in the description. How did you like this video? Do tell in the comment section, and if you like it, please like it. Dreams do come true. Do subscribe to this channel because we will keep bringing such book series for you. Dreams come true.